welcome. It's good to see you today.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It has been like shit show week. Like, he keeps calling and he's all mad that he's just mad and I don't know what to do. Like, he's just out of control and yelling and I mean, I get that he's mad. I mean, he's got stuff and I mean, I just have these legal things that, like, they're charging him, and I feel bad. Like, I'm the one that called the cops. Maybe I shouldn't have. But he's mad at me, and maybe he has a right to be mad, but I don't know what to do about it. So that's what's going on this week.
So it sounds like a stressful week.
Yeah. That's what I understand.
Yeah. So, what are you feeling when he calls?
Honestly, I feel like I'm glad he's calling because I hope maybe he'll change. Like maybe he'll call and say he's sorry. But then I'm also like really anxious when he calls because he's just going to be mad. And sometimes I don't want to answer the phone. I don't understand why he's calling. Like I thought he's not supposed to call me, but he's calling me. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like what am I supposed to do when he's calling? And maybe I don't think I'm supposed to answer. I don't think he's supposed to call. I don't know what to do. So I don't know. To do that.
So what do you think your options are?
I don't know. I mean, obviously I could not answer the phone, but then he's just gonna keep calling. And I mean, what if he's calling to talk to our daughter? So if I don't answer, is that just going to make him more mad? Is that gonna hurt him? And is that gonna hurt our daughter because she can't talk to him? So that, I guess I could call the public defender and ask because I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't know. I thought there was a no contact order, but he's calling. So maybe there's not a no contact order. So I guess I could find that out. I don't know. Right now I just answer the phone and let him be mad and yell. And then sometimes I hang up on him. But then he just calls me back. So I don't know. I guess I could block his number. But then he'll think that I'm trying to keep him from our daughter. And I'm not, but I am. So I guess those are options. What do you think I should do?
Those are some options. I think that you have a capacity to choose here, like you've...
I guess. I mean, maybe I should just drop the charges. Then we wouldn't have this problem.
I mean, that's an option. There was a reason why you made the charges in the first place, though, right?
Well, he choked me out. So... And honestly, I didn't actually make the charges. Like, the police said I had to. Because if I dropped the charges, or at least tried to tell the attorney, the lawyer, the defender, to drop it, then maybe I wouldn't have to deal with all the phone call stuff. Because he'd be there. Like, I wouldn't have to deal with, do I answer the phone? Do I not answer the phone? Like, he'd just be there, and then I wouldn't have to deal with that. So...
Is that a better option?
Sometimes that sounds like a better option. Other times, part of my head is like, no, that's not good. I don't. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong that that's what he does? I mean, maybe if I was a better wife, he wouldn't have acted like that. He wouldn't be using drugs. He wouldn't be doing stuff like that. So maybe I owe it to him to drop the charges and let him back. I mean, it was probably partly my fault too.
So what do we know about addiction? I mean, you've been around this ball game with him before, right?
Yeah. I know that they do stuff that they normally wouldn't do. I know that it changes the way they think. And part of me knows that. But the other part of me is like, still, he had to go use the drugs for, there was reason why. If I was a better wife, if I was better, then he wouldn't have done that. So, you know.
So really what I'm hearing is that you're putting the blame of his actions onto yourself.
Well, that's what he says. I mean, he'll say that. You're such a effing blah, blah, blah. So maybe he's right. You know, other, you know, husbands don't go use and do that. So, you know, maybe it is me. Maybe it is my fault. I mean, because he wasn't using when we first got married. So obviously it was something that I did that changed him because he wasn't like that before. So, I mean, right? So I don't know. I just wish it would all go away. That would be nice. Can you just make it go away? Let's just make it go away. Make it go away. Yeah.
What would your life look like if it just magically went away?
If it just went away and he wasn't here, or it went away and he was sober?
Let's go, he wasn't here.
What would that look like? Would I still have my daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then it would look like I would come home from work and my daughter would be home and she will have had all of her homework done. Actually, that may not happen even if he's not there, but I'd like to think that she would do all of her homework by the time I get home. I'd make dinner, watch some TV, maybe go on a walk. Maybe my daughter and I would like join like the Y or something and like go swimming or something. And I'd go to bed at night and I wouldn't sit there in my head and worry about all the things that he's doing or not doing. And I wouldn't have all this like the lawyer stress. I wouldn't have that. That would look kind of cool, actually. That would be okay. I wouldn't have to have all that around me. That could be okay. Yeah. That could be nice.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Sounds nice. But we have, you know, this thing, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't have to deal with him or the stress. But I miss him. I miss having just someone there for me. And I mean, I don't want to have to get divorced. I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to share my daughter. I don't want to have to do that. And I don't want to be alone, because if I get divorced, I'm alone. And I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. And I sure as shit don't want to get married again. So, I mean, I don't want that. So that's kind of out of the option. Like, that's not a choice. I have to keep him, because otherwise I'm alone. And that's not okay. So, yeah, I guess that's not an option. It's a nice thought, though.
So you really have, what I'm hearing is that you have a fear of being alone.
Yeah, don't you? I mean, don't you worry about being alone? Like,
yeah. It's a pretty natural, normal human feeling. What's so scary about it? Can we talk about that for a minute?
well, yeah, I mean, if he leaves or I divorce him or he divorces me, then I'm like the reject. So I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to be unlovable. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be that loser that gets divorced. The husband chose drugs over you. What the hell's wrong with you that was the better option? So, do that. My parents, oh my God, they would never let me live that down. You got divorced? That's a sin. So, no, it's just not. I don't think I can do that.
It's a really hard thing. Sounds like divorce is correlated with rejection.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's according to my parents, it's like a sin. You don't do that. And if once you get divorced, you like don't get married again. Like you're done. So, and I don't want to be alone. Like who wants to be the loser in their 40s who is like game over? Like you're done. You're not getting married again. You're not doing any of that. You're done. So what's the point of that? I'd rather stay with him because at least then, I mean, I'm not alone. At least then I'm not the loser reject. So that's not hard. It's easier.
So let's talk about loneliness for a minute. When you and your husband are together and he's using, do you feel like you have a companion? Do you feel taken care of?
No. Yes. No, I don't. And honestly, it's been a few years since he was really present. Because I've been suspecting. He's been doing stuff ever since our daughter started school. So she's 13 now, so 7 years. Yeah, actually, I haven't felt like he's been around for a while. But I mean, at least he comes home at the end of the night. He's there. I'm not alone in the house at night. I mean, he comes home to me. That says something. But yeah, no, we haven't really done any. I can't remember the last time we actually had a conversation. We used to have it when we used to have fun together. We used to go camping and we'd go on hikes and we'd do all sorts of fun stuff. We used to go, we'd like go on a hike and we'd go and get just, rent movies and eat junk food and hang out. We used to do all those things. So for him to now be using and doing what he's doing, that obviously something happened with me that he did that. So, I can't abandon him now. I can't leave him. So. Yeah, what was your question? I don't remember now.
Loneliness, how you felt when your husband was home and you.
Well, I guess honestly, I've felt lonely for a long time. I didn't used to. Like with him, I didn't used to. You didn't used to be lonely at all. It used to be fun, and we'd talk about stuff and big plans, and we'd do all these, fun things. And like when our daughter was born, we were, and we did everything. Like we shared who was going to stay up at night with her, and we planned like her third birthday party. He made this huge party, like a bouncy house. I'm like, it's a 3-year-old. He did all this stuff. I mean, so that's who he is. And I don't know what I did that made him stop doing that. So yeah, he hasn't been around for a while. But he was my best friend. I can't give up on him. So
I'm hearing you say, really, it sounds like you miss who your husband was. You miss that relationship.
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, are you married? Do you know what that? I mean, it's your best friend. It's like your partner, your teammate, your buddy, for the rest of your life. And I'm not even 40. I can't be without someone now. I can't do that. So, I mean, yeah. So I just need him to be fixed. I need him to be better.
Well, unfortunately, I'd like it if, you could fix him or I could fix him. But unfortunately, we don't have that kind of power over somebody else, right?
So what's the point?
So,
what's the point at all then?
So what do you have power over? What can we fix?
Well, if you would tell me what to do, I can fix him. Like I could do whatever I need to do so that he would stop and I'd be enough again. Like that. Like what do I need to lose weight? Do I need to clean house better? Do I need that's what you need to tell me. What do I do so that he doesn't do that anymore? Like what do I need to do? Because I can fix it. If I change that, then he won't need the drugs. How do I don't even know what I did wrong. I don't even know what I did wrong that made him stop being my friend. So if you would tell me that, then I'd have control over that. I could fix that. What else do I have control over? Well, I mean, obviously, like I can go to work, I can pay my bills, brush my teeth. But none of those things matter. Because if he's not okay, if I'm not his wife, then what is that?
Let's lean into that a little bit. Who are you if you're not his wife?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean, who am I if I'm not his wife? What do you mean?
Are there other pieces of you? I mean...
Well, I'm a mom. I mean, I have a kid. You mean like that?
I mean, that's an element of it, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm a mom. Go to work. I'm a daughter, obviously. And I have my sister. That's part of me, yes.
Yeah. So those are relationships, and relationships are really important. They're a big part of us, right?
Yeah.
But are they everything? Is there something?
My daughter is. My daughter is everything.
And that makes sense as a mom.
So yeah, my daughter.
Is there something outside of relationship that you would say, yeah, this is who Malcolm is?
Well, I used to think that I was beautiful, but I don't know anymore about that. I used to think that I So I used to think that after college I was going to go to grad school. I don't know if that's what you mean. I'm not doing that. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what you mean, I guess. I don't know what that means. So.
See if I can. There was something. Well, let's talk about grad school.
Okay.
What were you gonna go for?
I was going to be a nurse. And I really wanted to do that. But I didn't. Got married. And I couldn't do it. So I was going to be a nurse. That would have been cool. I always thought that'd be really, you know, you get to wear the scrubs and the cute little, like the different shirts they wear, and I could help people, you know, like I can help them whether it's having their baby or just, you know, managing their sickness or like checking them in at the doctor's office. You know, like that sounded fun. That sounded cool. So I wanted to do that. But it's a little bit late for that now. So,
Well, I can see that you have a passion for it. Your face just lights up. Even now, I'm talking about it.
well, I mean that's just like wishful thinking, though. That's never going to happen. So, but yeah, I wanted to be a nurse.
Why would it never happen? What are the obstacles you see?
Well, I'm like 36, so it's kind of late to go back to school. And I mean, I don't even know like prerequisites now that I'd have to do to get into nursing school, and so I have to do that, and I don't know how much it costs, so I'd have to figure out money, and like have a lot of money right now. So I mean, things like that. And you just don't do stuff like that when you're 36. I mean, it's a little bit late for that. So I mean, I couldn't do it. And I mean, I'm probably not even smart enough. I mean, there's a lot of chemistry. Like I took some pre-nursing type classes when I got my bachelor's degree, and like chemistry and stuff. And that was hard. Like I had to work at that. And now I'm kind of old, so I don't think that I could even. I mean, it was hard when I was younger. It'd be even harder now. So. And I mean time, like school takes time, and I mean I have a daughter now, and I hope that I still have a husband. So, I mean, I have to spend my time on that. I don't have time for school. I mean, I know there's some of these moms who go back to school when they're older, and I mean their kids stay home in the evening alone, so they go to classes, and they don't go to their kids' volleyball games and soccer games because they have studying and tests, and that's not, I can't do that. I made a commitment to be a mom, and so I need to be there for my daughter, and I can't, so I mean, I can't do that. Maybe, you know, maybe when she's in high school, I suppose I could go back, but I mean, I'd be like 41, 42, so I mean, that, I wouldn't even have, I mean, there's just not enough time to do that. I'm too old for that, so, yeah. But it's nice to think about, but it's not going to ever happen.
I think, you know, I would push back a little. I think there's a lot of options today, and it could be interesting
For
to
some
lean
people,
into them.
stuck.
Why do you feel stuck?
Because of all of this, I mean, so my husband is an addict. He's probably cheating on me. I don't know. I mean, my life is, I mean, all the good years have passed. I have a child now. My job is not like, it's not like I'm going to get promoted and like work. I don't even have any, I mean, I'm going to stay where I'm at. So, I mean, there's not really any, it's just kind of worthless and pointless anyway. All of it. So. So, but if he could stop using and come back, then that would be, I mean, we could have fun again. We could, maybe we'd go camping, all three of us. Like, three of us could go camping, and I mean, we could go do stuff together again. And that would be fun. We could do stuff together. We could have goals. We could, repaint the house. We could, do some of those things. But I can't do that stuff alone. I mean, I just can't.
So there's really, I'm hearing a tension, almost a fear to set goals alone, to set goals without your husband.
What would be the point? What would be the point of setting a goal if he's not there with me to meet that goal? Like what would be the point of setting the goal? So, I mean, I guess, tension between setting goals and, but what would be I mean, if I'm some divorced single mom, I mean, what's the point of that? There's not much to do with that. Just another statistic, another disappointment, another loser. So, yeah, what would be the point of setting goals without him, without my marriage? I don't see what the point would be. So, I mean, that's really what I need you to help me do, is to help me, how do I fix him? How do I get him to stop? How do I get him to see what we used to be? Like, what we used to have fun. How do I get him to see that mattered? That was worth something. I don't know how to make him understand that.
Sounds like it comes down to a power struggle.
What do you mean?
There's certain things that we just don't get to have control over.
Oh, yeah. But there's some things we do have control over.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I could just figure out how to make him stop and be who he was before, then that would be good. That's what needs to happen. I just got to figure out how to do that. So are we out of time yet? Are we, because, I mean, I got to get going. I'm sure I got stuff.
Well, I do, we have a few more minutes. I do want to just kind of focus on you right now for these last few minutes. Kind of set the husband factor aside.
Okay.
And without mentioning him, we know he's there, we know he's a big part of your life. Without mentioning him, I want to know how you're feeling right now, where you're at.
How am I feeling? Frustrated. And I guess I feel sad.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Which one? Well, I mean, how would you feel if you're like 36 and life, there's nothing left to look forward to? There's no, I mean, unless he comes back and stops, there's nothing, what's the point? I mean, And what did I do wrong? Like, that makes me feel sad. Like, why wasn't I enough? Why didn't I make him happy? I thought I was a good wife. Maybe we shouldn't have had our daughter. I mean, he wasn't sure that he wanted to be a parent. So maybe I shouldn't have pushed that. And I mean, I'm obviously never going to have another kid because he's probably never going to come back. And
I'm going to stop you right there. We were talking about your feelings, right? Talking about your feelings. You're going to set him aside for just a minute. And that's hard.
Well, I'm sad and frustrated. So, there you go.
So we are running out of time.
Okay, cool. So I'll just come back, next week?
Well, I want you to appease me for just a second. Please try.
Okay.
A little bit of trust in me. We'll see. It may work out, it may not. But
all right.
Over this next week, I would like to meet next week, if you're open.
Yeah.
I would like you to try. You can journal, you can write it down, you can just go on a walk and think about it. But I would like you to try to make one personal goal for yourself.
Personal goal? What do you mean?
It could be anything from, like, you know how we talked about what your life would look like if things were different with your husband, or he wasn't around,
Right.
or he wasn't calling all the time. So, some sort of tangible goal that would fit that future life.
Okay. Try. Okay. Yeah. I could try. I could do that. Try. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you next week at the same time.
Same time.
Okay. All right. Great. See you next week then. All right. Bye.